this trailer, man.
You feeling good about it?
I'm feeling fantastic about this. This is looking like not. I wasn't expecting the show to be bad or anything, but I'm just like, man, this is fire.
I thought it was really good, and also, Matt, it feels, and we've said it was going to be different, but it feels different, doesn't it? Like even like the tone of the show is a little warmer. I actually felt like it had spring vibes, which I like because we have almost like those April showers in which Sir Arlen's being buried at
Pour one
probably,
out.
yeah, pour one out for him, and that's not a spoiler. It happens in the first sentence. But I was very impressed by it. It definitely has a little bit of a lighter tone. My first thought when I finished the trailer, Matt, was this is a family-friendly Game of Thrones show.
That's what I thought it was going to be for quite a while.
I was
And
too, but you never know, right? Like they might throw in Tansy Too Tall, like getting a little tipsy.
oh,
And
I
taking
think
off
all that stuff's going
clothes
to
and
happen. But I'll tell you what it is. Like after watching this trailer compared to the first one, it's just because it's through our lens of Sir Duncan the Tall. The line in this trailer when he is like, "Oh, I'll show you guys, I'm a knight," and then he walks the wrong way and he's like, "Oh, this way." That is just something that we never get that type of comedic relief in Game of Thrones or House of the
Game of
Dragon.
Thrones had more of it. I actually think D&D did a nice job.
Tyrion did, but it was still there's still so much weight to everything. Whereas here, because the entire story is told through Duncan the Tall's eyes, who is this kind of goofy person. Like Tyrion is drunk and things like that, but he's still a highborn lord who is capable of doing, like killing his dad and, like
Yeah.
outwitting the best of them. Whereas Sir Duncan the Tall is different. He is
Well, and it's only Sir Duncan the Tall.
exactly an egg, but I think this season will mostly be through Dunk's eyes, and then I
I'm
think
kind of curious. Do you think we'll get any scenes with Dunk not in them?
this season, I mean, maybe one or two, but I don't think it's going to be a lot because it's a shorter episode. I mean, he is kind of the lead, and even in the book and it's kind of his story.
Yeah, and that's a lot of pressure on that actor, I think. And I don't remember his name, but I will say, and I think, do you remember? I was a little hesitant about him. I wanted him to be uglier. I wasn't sure how
He's
he would
perfect.
work. I liked him, and I liked
The visuals in this are just phenomenal. I mean, the shot of him burying Sir Arlen in this trailer.
Whew.
It's just so good. Then here he is at the tourney talking to people, and they're saying, "You look like a farmer." He's like, "I'm a knight."
What's a hedge knight? A knight that's sad.
Yeah, it's
a knight,
the
but
whole
sadder,
thing
I
just
think is what she
feels.
says.
It has a very distinct and unique feel. But then you get to the combat, like the trial by 7, and Arryn Brightflame. He looks like he's going to be he looks like another perfect casting. We're going to hate him just as much as we hate Kristen Cole, as we hated Joffrey, as we hated Ramsay. I think because I think, that's something else too, is so much of the focus of this, and we've always been like on Dunk. But Arryn Brightflame and the person who's playing him, that is a pretty, I mean, you fall into the shoes of some other pretty heavy performances of being the main villain in A Song of Ice and Fire on television.
Yeah, that's
Cersei, Night King, Joffrey. I mean, you're talking about some of the best performances and acting television cinema history.
Yeah.
Even from this short bit we have in the trailer. I mean, he looks the part.
He does, and I thought the armor was amazing. The Baratheon helm was sick, and
yeah, I think I saw some people criticize it, but like, that's impractical. It's like,
shut up.
There's dragons, not in the show,
yes,
but I mean,
like just stop it.
There is actually a dragon in the play.
Yes, very vicious.
Did you see how quickly they had it? I bet some people were probably like, some people who don't know that there's not dragons, right? Like, are gonna be like, oh look, there's a dragon.
Boy, are they going to be disappointed.
And the jousting, I mean, the combat in the tourney itself looks epic. I mean, it's fast. It's cinematic. It actually looks almost like better cinema than you go back to that scene of House of the Dragon, season 1, episode 1. But I think some of that was filmed during COVID too. So they, remember, like budget, I think kind of went into
Yeah,
that a
and the
little bit.
tourney is very like a byproduct of what's happening. It's supposed to be like this.
Whereas this is like
That
we're
is
here to
the
watch.
true part of the story. And here's the thing. I think they threw that in the trailer. One, obviously they need some action, but two, when I saw that, I said, "Oh, there's Game of Thrones." And then everything else about the trailer felt very new and fresh and different and had a different vibe to it. So I think they did a good job of kind of saying, "Hey, this is going to be a bit different than what you're used to in Westeros, but there's still DNA of the other shows in it." At
Yeah.
least that's
And
how I
what do we think about the I mean, the Targaryen family is a big deal. Baelor Breakspear and
and two-legged dragon banners. George
mhm,
is thrilled.
I'm sure. Yeah, everything about this, man, the cinematography and everything. It definitely has a little bit more of that House of the Dragon, I would say, aesthetic to it that Game of Thrones didn't have. Like, remember in House of the Dragon, they a lot of like smoke, like in season 1, like when they're in King's Landing,
Mhm.
right?
It's a
Because
little
of
dustier, yeah.
yeah, it's a little this feels like that a little bit too. Like I don't it's not like a sepia tone.
Yeah, and it's
Uh,
I do think there's
it
enough
does it
color.
adds like a there's almost there's some volume in the air. I don't know other way to describe it.
Yeah, you can kind of feel the depth of the shot, I would
Mhm.
say. And another thing, and this is something House of Dragon did really well, and I think it did better than the original show, is the color schemes. Like I think that it just has a little more pop, and this also has a lot of pop to it.
Oh, I think so too, especially just because we're at a tourney and it's spring,
Mhm.
right? Like even there's like even in this trailer, there's a shot. Oh man, let me pull it up here. So it's at about a minute 42 where Dunk is just walking and it looks like he's in a graveyard, but he's got his armor on. And so I think this is just like him, I don't know, maybe preparing himself for the tourney or something like that. And then we get this shot of Egg immediately after, and he's just walking with the horse Thunder, hopefully.
Mm.
And you can feel that spring, like that spring going into summertime dew
Yeah, dude.
that's in the air, you know,
Mhm.
especially if you like there's no humidity out here in Oregon, but yeah, obviously I grew up in Ohio.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's great. Obviously in Ohio, and you're, over in Maryland, you get that humidity in the summer, right? With
Mm.
the cut grass smell,
Oh yeah,
heating
it's
up.
everything's wet for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought it had spring vibes all over it. And I think that's probably also nice because it'll be what mid late January, January 18th when this comes out. We'll all be tired of winter by then. Like the
Mhm.
holidays are done. What are we doing with this cold weather? Let's move on. So having a show that's taking place during that season chain, I think that could work uh,
Yeah.
for a lot of people.
Man, the shot, okay, it's at trying to pull it up here because it's so quick. Okay. The shot at 155, which is it's kind of like the final montage. Man, Aaron Brightflame with that flail and the horse and the armor, like seeing it moving like all at once, and there's so much, like fog in the air or whatever. The show's gonna be sick, man. I think the show's gonna be like this is probably why they immediately were like, oh yeah, we're renewing this for like seasons 2 and 3. And maybe this remember they moved it back.
They did, yeah, and people were wondering why and what. I guess we really didn't have much of an answer except for the
But
fact that they're going to double
but
up.
now you go to all the Warner Brothers news and there's a huge bidding war. So I think they knew they wanted to wait, and I think it's not just about like the content that was coming out or whatever, like we want to move it because there actually ended up really being nothing big on HBO. I mean, there's Peacemaker, but after that stretch of like Peacemaker until
But
this
Welcome to Derry has
is
been big.
yeah, but I mean, there's nothing like Game of Thrones big. Maybe they also
No,
didn't want to
well,
compete with Stranger Things.
to be fair, nothing is as big as Game of Thrones.
That's true. But
Like
that might have
color.
been that might have played a part in it too. I mean, we felt like it was supposed to be like fall, but you have to think about the other big shows that are coming out. Maybe like, yeah, we just don't want to compete with Stranger Things.
Yeah, and
Not that
also,
it couldn't compete, but you still pull the attention. Like you go back to House of the Dragon season 1. Remember where it's like it was going up against Andor season 1, and it was going up against Rings of Power.
yeah,
I mean, it's just like sure, House of the Dragon was better than Andor is really good.
I
but
think Andor.
not at the time. Andor is actually a pretty slow. The first 5 episodes of Andor are like almost painfully slow, and then it just becomes like pure cinematic masterpiece. After that, certainly like Star Wars epic masterpiece. However, so House of the Dragon wasn't like directly competing against really that because those first episodes were kind of weak.
Mhm.
But you're still going up against Rings of Power, and sure, it was the better show, but at the same time, like how much attention is pulled when you could just have like a clean slate. So maybe that was also part of the reason. Maybe it's like a big combination of all of those things.
Yeah, it definitely could be. Also, having a strong start in Q1 might
Sure,
help in the sale
with
of the
this like
company,
new
and yeah,
right.
like I
Yeah, because right now
do.
there's a bidding war between like Paramount and who I think
Netflix.
Paramount's owned by like Skydance or something now. I don't know. Paramount like
Netflix is
is
definitely in
in
that
there
war.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't
I
know.
still just don't
I
understand why
worry.
wouldn't you just want to be they just want to make their money and get out. Zaslav just wants to make his money and get out. Sucks.
I don't really understand, especially after the rebrand, and I don't really know, but I do get worried about the future of all of the shows that we watch because once it's sold, anything
Who
can
knows?
happen. Yeah, who
Yeah.
knows? In my
I
experience,
just don't know why would you?
ah,
At this point, I mean, DC's like back. Superman was fantastic. It was a success. Uh Peacemaker was great reviews. It might get like I don't know if it's going to get nominated like a comedy award or something, but this is definitely getting nominated for awards and they cleaned house. And so now
they
you're
did, yeah.
breaking away from all the like trash TV and you're getting rid of CNN so you don't have to deal with any of the like cuz that was a part of it like we don't want to be like political, we just want to focus on content. So you're getting rid of that. Yeah, the Harry Potter show is probably going to be huge.
Could be,
Why
could
don't you
be.
just like do it yourself? You don't need you don't need a buyout.
It's hard to say with like a company that big and with the internals and what's going on and all the politicking that goes behind it. But one thing I will say is it could be an indicator that media is about to change drastically, and I could see it happening because of AI and AI generated
Sure.
content. I think that that could be a real piece of it, but it's hard to say at this point. So preliminary, but I am not concerned with the Dunkin' Egg show from being moved. I wasn't really whenever it got announced either. Me and you were kind of like whatever. A lot of people thought that meant it was doomed, but to your point, the season 2 comes out next year. Like this is a yearly show, and
Mhm.
I think it can work. If you can get people invested in Dunk, I think this show completely hinges on whether the masses like Dunk or not.